We are taught from day one to work hard, save your cash, and avoid debt. But following that traditional advice today guarantees financial loss. The government is currently adding roughly $1 trillion to the national deficit every 90 days. When the system rapidly prints trillions of dollars, a static savings account loses its purchasing power by the minute. To protect yourself, you have to transition from a penalized saver to a strategic debtor. We are going to build your personal wealth creation engine to make that transition happen. By the end of this breakdown, you will know exactly how the financial system operates and how to use its own rules to build wealth through inflation, rather than being drained by it. Step 1 is understanding the process of money creation. The Mint doesn't simply print new paper cash to fund the government. The money supply is actually expanded digitally through a continuous cycle of debt. The cycle begins when the U.S. government needs to spend money it doesn't have in tax revenue. To get it, the Treasury issues bonds, government IOUs, that promise to repay investors later with interest, adding to the national deficit. The Federal Reserve then buys those Treasury bonds, but it doesn't use existing cash. With a few keystrokes, the Fed creates new money electronically, crediting the banking system with brand new digital reserves. This flowchart illustrates the final step of the cycle. We start with the original Treasury bond, which allows the Federal Reserve to issue digital reserves. Commercial banks then take those exact reserves and use them to issue new loans to consumers and businesses. When a bank approves a loan, it doesn't hand you another customer's deposits. It creates a brand new deposit in your account out of thin air. Every single new loan expands the total supply of digital dollars circulating in the economy. Tracking this digital debt cycle is crucial because this exact mechanical expansion of the money supply causes the economic phenomenon we call inflation. Inflation is a matter of supply and demand. If the economy does not produce more goods and services to match the flood of new money entering circulation, prices rise. You have more dollars chasing the exact same amount of goods. Look at this split-screen comparison showing the resulting impact. On the left, we have a traditional saver. As prices increase across the board, the physical purchasing power of their static cash pile steadily shrinks. On the right side, we have the strategic debtor. They use borrowed money to acquire hard assets. As the money supply expands, the nominal value of those assets naturally adjusts upward alongside inflation. Inflation operates as a systemic wealth transfer. It acts as a hidden tax, punishing employees who save cash while heavily rewarding investors who hold debt. To access these financial levers yourself, you first need to evaluate your personal credit so you can secure fixed-rate, long-term loans. This checklist highlights the specific types of loans you need. You must avoid bad, toxic debt, like credit cards or auto loans. Your target is good debt, mortgages or business loans designed specifically to acquire appreciating assets. Securing these fixed-rate vehicles requires a stable income and a strong baseline credit score. Acquiring this good debt is your essential bridge. It allows you to participate in the banking system, using the system's newly printed money. Once you secure the loan, the borrowed money cannot be left in cash. It must be immediately converted into inflation-resistant holdings. This grid shows your primary targets. You need tangible assets like real estate, land, commodities, or ownership equity in a cash-flowing business. Physical assets protect you because their real-world pricing adjusts upward to reflect the total volume of dollars circulating in the system. By locking your digital loans into physical assets, you actively shield your wealth from the continuous inflation the government is generating. Now we reach the final passive phase of the strategy. You hold the newly acquired asset and allow macroeconomic inflation to execute the heavy lifting. This line graph maps the payoff. While the value of your physical asset rises on the green line due to inflation, the principal balance of your fixed-rate loan is permanently locked on the flat red line. Years down the line, you repay the original loan, but you are paying it back using future dollars that have been significantly devalued by ongoing inflation. This mechanical reality is how wealthy individuals use systemic currency devaluation to let inflation effectively pay off their loans for them. You now have a working map of the money machine. You understand how the Federal Reserve and commercial banks team up to expand the digital money supply through debt. You also now have the essential tools needed to transition from a penalized saver to an empowered investor. Your immediate next steps are clear. Pull your current credit scores, select one specific tangible asset class to target, and identify the fixed-rate debt required to fund it. Stop working strictly for money. Take control of your credit, secure tangible assets, and force the debt-based financial system to work for you.